In today's Scrap Buster video, we're going to make one of these cute and practical, trendy little bookmarks. And we're going to explore two different ways of finishing them off. One with top stitching around the perimeter and one that doesn't require the top stitching. This is a really quick, fun, fast little Scrap Buster. And so let's go ahead and dive in and see what is required for the project. This is everything we're going to need for today's project. We've got 3 pieces of quilt cotton, each cut into a 4-inch square, 2 pieces of medium weight fusible interfacing, one is cut into a 3.5-inch square, and one is a second piece cut into a 3.5-inch square and then cut again along the diagonal to make this triangle. We have matching thread, and optionally you can use a tiny bit of stitch witchery in this project. We also will need a pen and a ruler, some sewing snips, and a turning tool of your choice. This is going to be used to poke out the corners after we turn our project right side out. Some sewing clips and an iron. With everything assembled, let's go ahead and get started interfacing our quilt cotton. First, we take one of our pieces of quilt cotton and we fold it wrong sides together to make a triangle. Press that, and then we're going to take our triangle piece of interfacing and tuck that in, line it up so it's nice and even, and use our iron to fuse that in place. You'll just want to follow your manufacturer's instructions. And when interfacing, always pick the iron up to move it to the next section. If you slide, you might end up with bubbles. Okay, make sure I've got the right side facing down. I'm going to put the other piece of interfacing on one of my other squares of quilt cotton. And to assemble our project, we're just going to take our triangle flap and line it up on the right side of our square, and then put our other square right side down on top of that. So we're sandwiching in all of those right sides of the fabric. And we will clip that in place. Okay, my inside flap is right here. So I'm going to leave a hole to turn this project. I'm going to leave a hole on this side where there isn't part of the flap, and I want that hole to be about 2 inches. This does not need to be exact. You can just eyeball it if you want, but if it makes you feel more comfortable to make some marks and mark that 2-inch opening, you can go ahead and grab your ruler and do that. Then we're going to take this to the machine and we're going to start at one of our marks and sew all the way around the perimeter with a 1/4-inch seam allowance, and then end with back stitching at our second mark. Okay, with this sewn up, I'm going to snip my corners, and I'm also going to just round things just slightly around those corners. I don't trim down the entire seam allowance, but I do like to reduce the bulk around the corners. Okay, now we're ready to turn this right side out. Okay, this is where our tool will come in handy. I'm going to ever so gently poke out those corners. Okay, now we're ready to close up our side hole. I'm going to press that closed and iron my entire bookmark. Now that I have my bookmark pressed the way I want it, I can close up my little hole here by either taking it to the machine and top stitching 1/8 of an inch all the way around my square, or I can take this little piece of stitch witchery and line it up inside that seam, right along the edge of the seam. We don't want it to hang out, but we don't want it tucked too far in either. We want to cut it to size and tuck it in there and press that in place. Stitch witchery is a little magic. Okay, now our hole is all closed up and this one is done. I'm going to show you how to do a second one and we'll take it to the machine and top stitch it. I've made a second bookmark and it is to the stage where we are ready to close this earthing hole. So I'm going to show you method number 2 if you don't have stitch witchery, or if you like the way it looks, to top stitch around the entire thing. We're going to take this to the machine and top stitch it and kind of compare the effect. Okay, we've got our 2 bookmarks completed, and just to compare the results, here's our bookmark without top stitching and our bookmark with top stitching. And let's see how they function. I'm going to mark my place here with this bookmark that doesn't have top stitching. And I'm going to mark another spot in my book with a bookmark that does have top stitching. Okay, what do you think? This one sticks out and up just a little bit more than the other one, but both methods do the trick. So which method do you like? Let me know in the comments below. If you have any questions or suggestions, drop them in the comments as well. And if you'd like to help my channel, please like and subscribe. And as always, until next time, happy sewing.